First you tell us that it is manly to keep your word. Right? If you are a man, you keep your word. And now all of the black people in this country are demanding, and even the black people from the world are demanding,
Exotic Lifestyles,
that
and
you
as we
keep your
come
word.
with breaking news,
You told us
as
we
y'all
were
can
free.
see,
Well, then
it is
show us
a
that we're free.
tornado warning
You told us that there is
in
justice, equality
black
for all in
area.
this country. Well, then kids, stick to your word and let us see the justice and equality for all.
So as you can hear, this is Channel 5 News, and we're going to go ahead and hear what they're talking about, because it is a tornado warning.
It is clipping the southern portion of Lewis and Maury. We're looking at you as this heads downstream. Current time is 6:19. Rockdale
is
by
over
6:29. Mount Pleasant by 6:31.
Williamson County right now,
Columbia,
Franklin.
Again, if this holds together, we're talking
I believe it is Foreman, Giles, Lawrence,
right now. So
Lewis,
this is what we're still
Murray,
keeping an eye on.
Hickman,
That warning will
Dixon,
expire
and
at
Williamson
7,
County.
the newest one that we just got. I want to bring it a
Don't
little
keep
closer so
hiding
we
it
can
from us and
take
holding
It's
it
Channel
up.
5.
Every time we ask you for something, you give us a little bit of something, and it's all tokenism. We don't want tokenism. And there are most black men in this world that don't want charity. And yet, so every time we ask you for something, you give us a little piece, a little piece. You're playing games with us. We're not children.
This area of
We're
rotation
big
is
men. I've
quickly
seen my father have to put up with all
Yeah,
kinds
the
of stuff.
temperature has
So Rockdale
dropped,
community,
and
it is
it
time to
has
get to
turned
your
black
safe place.
outside.
We're
That's
talking
why I
about
started my
Holloway
live.
Street, Old Jackson Highway, Freedom Road. This area of rotation, there's our newest scan there, is that is moving over Summer Oak Circle, that is moving northeast. So as this follows downstream, as this goes between Lewis
So
and
I
Lawrence
am
County,
looking at Channel
we're talking
5
Maury County,
and
and it will
Channel
impact,
4.
or at least could impact areas like Columbia, and we're absolutely treating this very
This will
seriously.
be
We're heading to our safe
tornado
place as
watch
quickly,
until
calmly as
10
possible. We're gonna head to
p.m.
that interior room, friends. It's okay if you don't have a basement, as long as you have a lot of walls between you and the outside, you're gonna be.
Now there are many black veterans who are coming back and they're mad, they're angry.
On some of those
Do you
ingredients
think they're gonna sit down through this?
out
Our
there
fathers
to
didn't have the knowledge that we had.
on different
They
sides
can't
of the
do
coin,
it.
there are areas
There
in
are other
McMinnville,
black youth that are not
Shelbyville,
going to sit. But we know about Chad, we know about
we had temperatures in the 80s this
We've read the
afternoon.
books
Up
of
from
our revolution.
Toppington,
We've listened to
Murray,
Maryland's rotation. We
folks
know where we
we've
stand.
had over
We're not
5
gonna sit
inches
for it.
of rainfall, and temperatures there are a little bit cooler. So the atmosphere is a little cool to the north. Where it's warm, where those conditions are there, that's where we've had those stronger storms. Zooming things down to this storm here, since this is the one that is still tornado warned, and they have not said that they're going to take that tornado warning off of it. Right
over
towards the
you
Mount
guys,
Pleasant community, want to let you
Calioka.
know, hail, I think, is a bigger
Sound
concern
hype.
for you versus the rotation. And that might be a little bit of good news for folks in Columbia. Well, I think that the rotation here is going to track just to the south of you, maybe closer towards Fountain Heights as it moves near Highway 31.
What is going
You're still
on
talking
with
about
this
a
weather, you
good
guys?
downpour
I
of
think they
very
are
heavy
creating
rainfall
it.
and
If I
talking
ask a
about
man, I
some
tell a man I am
decent-sized
hungry.
hail
tell
impacting
him I'm
Mount Pleasant
cold.
right
Hail
now.
damage
It is on
everywhere,
tap to hit
flooding
Mount
everywhere,
Pleasant
so I can see it. I keep
everywhere.
asking him, I'm
I
begging him,
cold,
to
but
please give me a
Let's
slice
start
of a
the
loaf of
rotation
bread. I am
pattern
hungry.
on with this.
And it is known by every psychologist that the next step in the progression is I am going to knock him upside the head and take the bread from him. I'm not going to
Here's
starve to death.
rotation.
Not yet, just in the confidence rising of this crossing into Maury County. Also, while you're setting that up, just wanting to mention, we were with you, Maury County, last May when we had a tornado move through the area. So storm anxiety is absolutely real. It's just something we have to go through, unfortunately, this evening, but you're not going to miss it alone. Heather and I
Keep
will
your word.
Yeah, and so
Right, if you
you're
are a
right.
man,
You
keep your
know,
word.
you heard Katie say this is crossing into Maury County, and it is. I think that the rotation right in here with the red and the green, it's actually just south of Rockdale and closer to Enterprise. It's right in here. This is where that rotation potential tornado is just entered through the Maury County community. So if you're in Enterprise, Southport, Scottsville, Big Bile, over into 31 or 50, this is the location that needs to be in their safe place. We've talked about this a lot tonight, but if you don't know where your safe place is, it's the lowest level of your house in the most interior room. The reason why we say interior room is because you
will
want
be
to protect
crossing into
yourself
Maury
with as
County
many walls
here
between
shortly.
you and the outside wind. Think about it. With tornadoes in particular, it's not really just about likely picking up debris from things that it's hit and things that it has damaged. So it might not even be the wind that directly impacts or harms you, but it's what that wind picks up. And it's picking up 2x4s, pieces of debris, tree branches, all of those are spinning within it and could potentially act as something that's going to hit your house or harm you. That's why we say put walls between you and the outside. Put walls between you and the outside wind. And that's going to be the best thing that you can do to protect yourself. If you don't necessarily have an interior room, a bathroom is a really good idea because those piping that's in the bathroom, it can actually help to reinforce those walls sometimes. So interior room, bathroom, low level, that's where we're going to go, okay? So right in here near Enterprise, again, this is moving towards the north and east, continuing to push into Maury County. Right now, I think Maury County is the biggest one impacted. Since we don't have that tornado warning any longer north of us, Williamson County mainly now just being impacted by some wind and hail. I am most concerned with our folks in southern Maury County, Katie.
Yeah, and we do have a static camera in
Maury
Columbia
County.
as well. So as we're continuing to talk about Maury County, I just wanted to give you a live look. I've been watching Columbia off and on throughout today, even just a break in the clouds earlier. But just this is what we're seeing right now. We're blanketed in cloud cover. We see very heavy rain on the horizon, making its way into the Maury County area. It is still also very breezy. Earlier I know with one of our shots I was watching this camera, it almost looked like a wall cloud was setting up closer on the horizon as this storm moves into the Columbia area and really knocking on the doorstep of Maury County. A lot of lightning with this as well. This is going to be loud as it moves through. Heather had mentioned where some of that hail could possibly be in Maury County. Absolutely time to get to your safe place now. I'm going to head back. We are going to switch this over to some rotation, staying still with this storm since our far northern storm is now really moved into more of a severe thunderstorm warning as that goes for Davidson and Williamson. Not to discount that at all, but this is a storm that has been, as the National Weather Service had mentioned, producing a tornado. So this is still what we're watching. There's the area of rotation moving just south of Mount Pleasant, heading into the Fountain Heights area, and eventually crossing over I-65. I'll give us a bit of a timeline. Really getting a good idea of the timing of this area of rotation. So that's, again, in case you missed it, when we see the red and green, and it is that tighter notch like that is where we can really see some rotation with this system. So about 6:34 south, current time is 6:29, so only a few minutes. We just have to act now. Head to that safe place. Fountain Heights by 6:42, and then we're talking Bryan Station by 6:46. I should say. This continues more in that northeastern track, possibly passing south to Columbia, but Columbia, I don't want to put your guard down. Absolutely not. We're going to continue to watch. Keep an eye on that.
We are on the
Continues to move to the northeast. Areas of Mount Pleasant, I know it's shooting on you right now. Columbia, that bottom drop is about 4 miles as we move through. And it's going to be loud. Still see a lot of energy and lightning with this other as we keep an eye on it. But again, we're with you because we do have a tornado warning until south for Maury, Lewis, Giles,
for the
and
next
Lawrence. But
30
expect
minutes,
alerts to be dropped
tornado
somewhat soon
warning,
as this area of
tornado
rotation
warning.
continues to move to the northeast.
All right, and some more good news with this. I know we're still watching this potential for rotation with this tornado warning that is out for Giles, Lawrence, Lewis, and Maury County. This goes until 7 o'clock for tonight. But a little bit of good news is this storm has moved out of the Lawrence community. While we have had reports of this being on the grounds and train spotters who potentially saw this there as well. So far, they're saying there are no reports of damage, and that is great. That is exactly what we want to hear. So, of course, I know that while this storm continues to come in, it is something that they'll monitor. I'm sure they'll continue to get calls, surveys, pictures as the case. But initial reports after this say no damage is always very good to hear from you. So now this is into Maury County and northern Giles County. So those are the areas that we are watching. When you look at the structure of this particular cell, you notice down into just south of Mount Pleasant, it's really almost right close to the county line between Maury and Giles. Right in here, that's that inflow notch. So where we're seeing this little kind of hook coming around in here, that is where we're seeing the rotation, and the possible tornado, I believe, would be right here. So rotation, tornadoes, So north of this cell, what we're getting here is very heavy rain, and that potentially, that little purple dot, I think that's going to be where our hail maker is. So around Mount Pleasant, just south of that, we've got the hail moving closer towards Fountain Heights, getting ready to cross Highway 31, that potential tornado tracking towards the north and east. I think this is going to move over 10 minutes. I think it's going to cross right between Linville and Fountain Heights, and then eventually over into that interstate 65 northward. I would say closer to the bottom of the Rock Valley, so we might have 15 to 20 minutes or so before it crosses over 65, and eventually at that point, if it does, we'll be moving more into eastern Maury County, potentially impacting Marshall County at that point. So want to put a tracker here for you, just right where that rotation is. We're going to take this a little bit further out. For my friends that live over in Southport, 636, a couple of minutes before it's right on top of you, almost Fountain Heights by 646, 646, and then over into South Berlin by 652. Again, this tornado warning is out until 7 p.m., so this is a long one. It's a long stretch. We've got 30 more minutes with this cell, and like Katie and I have been saying, it really hasn't shown any signs of weakening at this point. Storms today, they have that potential where they can pulse, they can start to weaken a touch and turn up again, especially as they come into an environment that can start to do the rotating. This one has been showing signs of rotation all the way since it was in northern Mississippi, so that's a really long time for the cell to have this strength. Right around the Southport community, so that would be near Spencer Hill, Southport, right around the county line. This is where that rotation looks more evident to me. Enterprise, I still want you to be in the safe spot, but I'm going to give you the clear in about 5 minutes or so to go ahead and get out. If you are living along Campbell Station, anywhere along Highway 31, now's the time to act and get down into that safe spot so that we make sure that you're there with this rotation and the possibility of that tornado again. As this moves to the north and east, Fountain Heights, Bryant Station, Highway 65, the next line to possibly see this. This is moving closer to 412 and 431. Again, that would be impacting the Marshall County community after this continues to push towards the north and east. Katie?
Yeah, still plenty to watch. There was a few update, at least a small update as far as our tornado warning goes. We can go ahead and release Giles and Lawrence, really focusing on portions, or I should say, we can release Lewis and Lawrence if we were watching that, but Murray and Giles, that northern portion, you're still included in that. And as you had mentioned, it goes for a while, so until 7 p.m. Again for Murray and Marshall. Still watching the area of rotation. Of course, you saw that yellow box to the north. We can also check in on that, but that is for Williamson, Cheatham, and Davidson for a severe thunderstorm warning. But we are with you right now, going through Channel 96 with tornado warning storm moving into very soon the Fountain Heights area, eventually crossing I-65 if this does stay. Let's bring this out. Give a bit of a timeline for us. It came by 6:39. Current time is 6:35. So we can run 4 or 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and safely head to our safe place. I know it's a weekday. I know it's a work night and a school night. You just want to relax, enjoy dinner with the kiddos and with the family. But we're just going to take a quick pause and head to our bathroom, head to our hallway, wherever our safe place is in our home, the area we've been practicing for quite some time. Continuing into Fountain Heights by 6:45, Hill by 6:46, Bryant Station at 6:49, Berlin 6:53. So friends, if I said your neighborhood or your region or your loved one's region, let's give them a heads up as well. This will be passing just south of Mount Pleasant. If this track continues, we're talking south of Columbia. Columbia folks, I know we've got some storm anxiety even just from last May, but we're going to continue to watch this and just make sure that it's not moving northeast right now, and that's going to continue until 7 o'clock. This is out, I'm going to bring us a little closer and a better idea of some of those smaller communities, neighborhoods, because exactly what we're talking about is this is approaching, really beginning to go over Highway 31. So this is Southport. We've got Moore Lane, Stockyard Road as well. This is approaching Stiversville. We've got Scott Hollow Road, Covey Hollow Road, Valley Creek Road, and this will head into really close to mentioning it, Power 5 radars. This is showing velocity. That is wind direction and speed. It indicates if wind direction and speed is going towards or away from radar. On a normal day, you don't have it this close. You don't have that coupling really forming. So this is a good indication of
enlarge the screen for a little while.
rotation. This is the same storm that we saw earlier that our amazing emergency is out here down towards the Lawrence County area. It did confirm for us. So this is moving into Murray, eventually crossing I-65. We have a loved one that's going to head out that way. It is on I-65 currently. Heads up because this is going to be possibly over the Murray. So this is a look at Columbia right now. A bit of an updated perspective for us. You can just see the blanket of cloud cover there, and this is currently looking south, so this is towards that area of rotation, and you just can't see anything, and we're not expecting to be able to, because as you mentioned, Heather, the rain is going to be something we're going to overcome, not just today, but over the next couple of days, because we're going to have a hard time turning that off.
Right, and this storm, unfortunately, just doesn't want to stop. It's continuing to hold its strength, it's continuing to hold its momentum, and while it rides this boundary that has been draped across it, it is staying on the favorable side of that, the southern side of that boundary, which continues to have a very, very good environment for this storm to continue to not only withhold its strength, but possibly even strengthen. So this storm has a history of producing damage, at least in portions of northern Mississippi, as it has moved into Tennessee. Thankfully, we've had a tornado warning on this, I would say, for the last hour, more than an hour. And we have not gotten confirmed reports of damage with that, but what I want to make sure I'm hitting home with you guys is that if this storm is not losing its strength and is only continuing to hold its strength with us, that rotation is going to persist, and that means that we are going to have more spots impacted as it moves to the north and east. And another thing that we're noticing here on radar is that it's starting to have more of a right turn to it. So instead of moving directly north and east, it's almost moving due eastward. Sometimes when that happens, that's also indicative of it gaining strength. When it starts to take that right turn, when we start to see that lightning start to uptick within this storm, that's all showing us that this storm isn't stopping. In fact, it's getting stronger. And again, we never say these things to scare you, but just to let you know the reality of the situation, that the storm likely is going to continue to have this tornado warning on it. It goes until 7 o'clock. It's 6:40 on the dot right now. We've got 20 more minutes with this, and we'll watch and see if this gets extended even further. So, Katie, you pulled up your camera or your computer there with the rotation and some times on there. We got to let folks know when this is going to be where they're at.
Yeah, because you made a great point where, it's turning east a bit. We had mentioned a lot of times yesterday, things change with these storms very quickly, especially when it's this type of situation. We are seeing some strength being gained. Last night, some of the storms were quickly jumping in speed and movement. And sometimes, just like this one right here in Maury County, it will turn just slightly. So originally when this was issued, we were talking northeast, now turning northeast. So Columbia, that is hope. That is close for comfort. I would still absolutely have in mind safe places to be loud outside with all of the thunder, hail, with the heavy rain as well. We're going to head to a safe place where that rotation is just
weather change.
6:47. So friends, it is about 6:40 right now. We've got a few minutes. We're going to calmly, quickly head to our safe place. Park Station, 6:49. Bryan Station, 6:51. South Berlin, 6:54. This morning goes until 7 o'clock. So we've got a lot of time left on this, and I know you see here as well, this will cross over Interstate 65. So if you have a friend or loved one traveling that way, perhaps they work not far off the highway down towards Lewisburg, and they're trying to drive home to Columbia, just give them that heads up that there is possibly a tornado that will be very hard to see thanks to rain and a lot of cloud cover that could be potentially crossing over the area. There's an updated look for times. It is a little after 6:40. Down Green Heights by 6:47. Park Station 6:49. I know sometimes it can be very slow when the radio goes off. Then it is known by every psychologist that the next step in the progression is I'm off the mouse from upside the head and take the bread from us. I'm not going to starve to death. Grab our loved ones. And again, this is a routine we've done before, so you've got this, I promise. We're going to head to our safe place, that bathroom underneath the stairwell. us with here in Tennessee. So we're gonna head to that lowest level of our home. If you are a man, keep your word. Let's make our way downstairs.
And now all of the black people in this country are demanding, and even the black people in the whole world are demanding, is that you keep your word.
Help out there.
You told us we were free. Well, then
So I also want to look at our severe thunderstorm warning if we can for areas north of where that tornado warning is. So this is moving into our metro area as we speak. So I talked about Franklin, Brentwood, Oak Hill, up towards Nashville. This storm itself no longer tornado warned, so that's great. The rotation with it has started to weaken, so they released the tornado warning on it, and this is only now a severe thunderstorm warning for
So
wind
they are
and
talking about
possibly
a
some larger
tornado
hail
warning.
with this. Davidson, Williamson County, this is out
Davidson
also
and
until 7
Williamson
o'clock.
till
So
7.
20 minutes, 15 minutes with this. This right now, the strongest part of this line is right in here. Notice all the lightning that's along Highway 70. This is moving closer into the Forest Hill community. This is moving towards Belmead, Oak Hill, Brentwood, you're next up, Franklin as well. This is also getting closer to Interstate 65. So to the south of this, we have the I do think that the strongest part of this storm is going to stay south of downtown Nashville. So if we're in communities like Hermitage, Donaldson, up towards the Jolton area, I don't think that there's concern with you for this wind and this hail. It's going to be to the south, but if we're in southern Davidson, that's where we've got that stronger wind in place. We are not as concerned with the rotation in that particular system. It's really that southern cell that's been riding that boundary, just really been able to tap in to that energy, giving it that potential to see that rotation. So looking at our radar right now, still showing good signs of that. We've got that inflow. I do think
did a video
that potential
I
tornado
had to do it.
is just crossing over 31 right now. Holyoke,
So it's going down
communities,
on that
this is moving like this community right now, crossing over 65 in South Berlin, and Leftwich. That would be between 65 and 431 here in 15 minutes or so. All right, so just to give you a real quick update, we have one tornado warning in place across the area. Let's just get a wide view because we've been doing some deep dives into both of these storms for quite some time. Obviously, we want to give people who are in the path of these storms just a really good idea of what is happening. So this wider view of our Power of 5 radar shows you exactly what warnings are currently in place and where those storms are located. We've got 3 that we are watching as we speak. One moving into downtown Nashville, Williamson County. Biggest concern with that would be wind and hail. The 2 storms south of that have so in
south side is, I'm cool in my area.
we've got a storm with a history of rotation.
No, the west side.
This one really
So we on the back side, so I'm doing a stream.
was just issued. So let's get you updated on this one. This is overwhelming, brand new.
Yeah.
Storm warning that is out until 7:30. Now, this
So it's So it's go through it and you get the blueprint for the houses, and the materialists, and you buy the materials from them and they ship you the blueprints with the materials. But you have to have the land and somewhere to build on.
South of Clifton, it's moving right now into the Wayne County community.
So what you're doing, you're buying a floor plan off the rip, and then the materials is what costs that much, or you can just buy the floor plan or the blueprint. So nigga, I seen like upstairs, downstairs, like how we was staying in. It was a 4-bedroom, 3 upstairs, and the full was downstairs with the living room and the kitchen. and then they had in the garage attached to it. It was like 225,000. Probably like 3,500, nigga. Yeah. They might have. I mean, yeah, they got them, but nigga, I was just, yeah, them motherfuckers right there. They got one flats and stuff like that. So give me about 3 minutes. I'm gonna run through my text and get the website and send it to you.
Folks that are there that want you to get on the roadways. Maury County does have a couple that are open: St. Luke, UMC, and also First United Methodist Church. The problem with Maury County is that the storm's already on top of you. So hopefully you were able to get to that safe location.
Maury County, I hope y'all are taking cover. It looks like it is on the east and south side. So it has passed me, if anyone will.
First you tell us that it is manly to keep your word, right? If you are a man, you keep your word. And now all of the black people in this country are demanding, and even the black people in the whole world are demanding, is that you keep your word. You told us we were free, well then show us that we're free. You told us that there is justice, equality for all in this country, well then stick to your word, and let us see the justice and equality for all. But don't keep hiding it from us and holding this up to us, and every time we ask you for something, you give us a little bit of something, and it's all tokenism. We don't want tokenism, and there are most black men in this world that don't want charity. And yet still every time we ask you for something, you give us